You are
You
hilarious.
are hilarious, so you might as well go ahead and do it.
Nah, man, yo.
Whatever. Yo.
Crazy. Crazy. This is so crazy. Okay, I'm saying this is crazy because um she got her snacks over there. She got snackage and whatnot.
Was it like fun?
No, I'm good.
And they
we
say don't talk
hey,
with
you
your
could you
mouth
could tell
full.
you could tell your guy though to go get me your person to go get me a
You want a
drink though.
cocktail?
Yeah, a cocktail. I'll take it in a minute. I'll take it in a minute. Never mind. Never mind. I'll take it in a minute.
Thank you.
But yeah, she got her whole snackage over there, and like I just noticed that. I just peeped that. I was like, dang.
And I'm crunching.
It'd be like that sometimes, you know. It'd be like that.
Mm-hmm. What's up?
Cooling, man. Cooling. Working.
Working. You still live in Chicago?
I'm omnipresent, so there's that. I reside wherever I choose to reside. But there's that, you know. Biolocation is an amazing thing, as well as you ever like example. You ever like been into it with somebody and like they did something like super foul, and then you popped up on them and they like dream time.
Popped up in dream time?
Like you popped up on them in the other realm. Like when
like
you went to go
you
to
popped
bed,
up in.
like when you went to go to bed, or when they went to go to bed, they had a visit by you.
Yeah. That happens to you?
All the time.
Yeah.
I'll be popping up on everybody. You know what I'm saying? And I be handling things accordingly. You know? But when you see me for sure. For whatever form you see me and you knew it was me. You know what I'm saying?
They already know?
They be knowing.
There's no question about it.
The good and the bad. Like if I pop up on you, like say for instance, you could have individuals that you come across in life that are staples, you know? And like they just really like have an effect on you, good or bad. Would you say that you're the kind of person to where you not necessarily adjust, but people know you situation like circumstantially, like predicated upon situations, like you get what you're asking for from me, type thing. Like you can get the good me or the bad me. You know what I'm saying, kind of thing. Like, would you say?
Are you asking me? Am I that type of person, or do people see me like that?
Would you say that you can be that kind of person to where like you're able to give people what is required based on their output?
Oh, based on their output?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so like I'm the same way, and then
like say for instance, if you come in the room and you know there are multiple people in the room, and as you go around the room and you know you just chopping it up, and then as you're chopping it up you might just give a hey, how you doing, and you go to the next person, chop it up, and you talking to them for 30 minutes. You're like, hey, I've been, you talking about like that,
like
give
yeah,
the
that's a
person
yeah
what
that
they're
yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure, that's me.
Yeah.
I'm an introvert by nature. Like
Okay.
my personality, my character is so much like introvert.
Okay.
So it takes a lot for me just to open up anyway.
Right.
So then once I do open up, and if I know you, you're going to get more. And if I really don't know you, you're not going to get that much. But then also, due to what you're saying, I could know you, and then I feel a certain vibe from you. I'm only going to give you a little.
Facts. Okay.
So are you that type of person?
Yeah. So how that plays into what I was saying is, yeah, I'm totally that person. how that plays into what I was saying is I'm like that on both realms.
Mm.
So like whatever relationship we had on this round, you gonna find that even more so prevalent on the other space.
Mm.
If you have access to that space. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So like say for instance, an example, right? I done been traveling before, right? And I'm in like a back. And the back is like when you get ready to go out to like go outside and then you have like steps, like an apartment kind of complex, right? And you can see the backyard. And as you can see the backyard, you can also see the alley. So in like Chicago, they have alleys. You know what I'm saying? Not everywhere has alleys.
Right. We have alleys.
Alleys is where like traffic goes through as well as where the garbage is located. The garbage isn't located on the front instead of like or except for um suburbs, which are rural areas. We call it rural area suburbs. But I'm looking out the back and it's nighttime and I can see in the space that through the alley there's a car like in the far distance there's a car and they're in the alley and it's not the lights are on in the car because it's dark everywhere, right? But I could still see like trees and whatnot. It's not that the lights were on, the car was glowing gold. Now what's interesting about that is, and what just came to mind is, you ever see Pulp Fiction?
No,
it
I've
was
heard of it, but I've never seen it.
it was an occult classic.
It was an. It was what?
Quentin Tarantino film,
What was the word you said?
occult classic.
An occult classic.
Now, the word occult has a lot of like negative connotations to it. Occult means hidden, information that's not publicly spoke about.
Mm-hmm.
What's not publicly spoke about is probably 9 times out of 10 royal information or knowledge. That's what separates common folk from royalty. Is the crown. Where's your crown? Is your crown chakra open? That makes you royal. You have a crown. You're able to receive the information and give it to the people accordingly. You know what I'm saying? That kind of thing. So when you have that kind of power, you have access to certain things that others don't. And that's called occult information. Now, you'll get people on social media, a lot of people who seem like they know what they're talking about, but a lot of them are coming from a space of ego, right? They're coming
What's
from
the space of ego?
they're coming from a space of hurt, a space of I got the information, I know it all. Tax you for the information. Um, this is what's going to take me up to the next level physically.
Okay.
And they come from a space of ego, so they'll say a cult and then they'll instantly throw negative connotation to it. Everything down here is duality. So where's the positive? So if no one's giving you duality with these things, especially when it comes to spirituality, you should check twice, not you per se, but audience members. They should definitely check twice in who they're listening to. Like it even says it in the book, you know what I'm saying? Know them by their fruit. You know what I'm saying? It may sound good, it may feel good, but is it good for you?
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree on it may sound good and is it good for you. Um, I'm real big on that.
How do you
Um,
feel about that? About um the difference? Like, are you able to take your bitters?
bitters.
Yeah, like are you able to take the lemons? Your
Yeah,
your bitters.
yeah.
Okay.
Um, I feel like I'm able to take my bitters. I don't always like to take my bitters, but yeah, I am able. That's how I found out that I'm stronger than what I thought I was.
Bingo. See, that's duality. I was speaking about something physically, but she telepathically resonated with the fact that that was universal. and that's a cult. Nothing about that was demonic. But yet people will try to say a cult is something demonic or something that evil people are doing and using.
Yeah, that's because it's misinterpreted.
And that
So
and then you'll have people who are giving the information like I was previously saying, and that's all they're giving them. Of course, it's people who don't know. That's okay. You know what I'm saying? But there's
and there's
people who are
people.
proclaiming to know
Mm-hmm.
and not giving the dual aspect of things. Not alone the triangulation, um, the threefold nature. You know what I'm saying? Where's the third? Right here. So they saying they proclaim to be spiritual. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm talking about people from MySpace.
Mm-hmm. And I'm well. When you say from MySpace, what do you mean? You speaking of like
People
your
in this
generation?
people my generation, but more so people in the sphere of spirituality, not
Mm-hmm.
necessarily religion.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? People in the sphere of like, well, I'm an occult master and a cult leader. They wouldn't even proclaim that to you because they've told you that a cult is evil. You know what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
people who have claimed to crack the codes,
Mm-hmm.
people who are conspiracy theorists,
Mm-hmm.
people who claim to be activated, macabre running, chakras rotating, enlightened ones, and they're not, those people.
Well, what I will say is that I'm not real. I'm not really. I'm not real educated in that area to like tap all the way deep down into all of that you're speaking on. But what I will say is that I think we have a real big issue in this world when we don't allow people to be people. When we don't allow people to be themselves, and we're really big with trying to change a person. You know what I'm saying? Like I get like a lot of conversation, and I've gotten a lot of comments um, since we started doing this podcast about how is it that I can do a podcast with my son and my son has a different belief than I do. Well, I don't really necessarily think that it's a different belief. I think that it's expressed differently. Um, so, like, when the comments come or when people say different things to me, it's in a negative. You know what I'm saying? Instead of in a positive light.
And like we just said, those are the ones you watch.
Yes.
That's the same thing from what I was just saying, that you have those who proclaim this, that, and the third, but aren't giving you
Yes.
that's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. So, just allowing people to be themselves. Like, you know, we're not here to change anyone. Like, and honestly, we can't change anyone. You have to tap into
Who you are,
who you are
your
to just,
uniqueness.
yeah. You
That
know what I'm
used to
saying?
be that used to be the number one thing that we had in common
Mm-hmm.
was uniqueness.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's been changed to everybody is aiming towards or being focused on being the same.
Yeah. Why is that? Like, I don't want to be the same. I don't want to be the
Because
same you. I don't want you to be the same me. Like, with my life in general, and I know because you're my son, but I don't want like to be everybody else. I don't want to be like, even with the podcast, if you notice, like, I don't always come on camera fancy. I don't always come on camera dressed up and dialed up and makeup up. I want to be different. I want to make sure that you understand that I'm a human. We all are human down here. The common denominator should be that we all are human and we bleed red blood. So why is it that I'm so, a person is so big on, I want to copy you. I want to be so much like you till I study you
that
and
I forget me.
that's it, that I forget me. And then where does me go?
Nowhere. You've been discarded.
So you see that? And you're going through life, the realm down here without being you.
You just effed up your whole turn.
So yeah, that's a whole subject right there. That's something we should write on. We should write a book on that.
Yeah, we could definitely do that. It's lots of means. We've made public note of it. There's a verbal contract there. I've signed it with my energetic signature, my vocal cords, when I agreed to the contract in terms, saying
Now
yes.
you didn't forge my name on it, did you?
You did. You actually constructed the contract by putting it out there and saying let's do it, and then me signing my name on it was saying yes. Those are verbal contracts.
I'm just trying to make sure you didn't do any type of fraud.
No,
sign my name.
No. But the fraud becomes the fraud becomes the lack of. That's funny.
That's all I'm saying.
Because you can do that. The fraud comes when that information isn't being told, like verbal contracts that ties you karmatically. You know what I'm saying? Like karma deals, like how many people have, like, you, not you personally, but just a rhetorical question. Like, have you ever told people you love them before? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, so like say for instance, when you were like in like 6th grade, 7th grade, was there a boy that you, or like just dating early, like super, super early? Like, was there someone that like you were like, oh man, we're gonna be together forever type thing?
Your dad.
That's still a verbal contract. And if that contract is not being met, you're in debt.
In debt to who?
The universe.
If
because
it's not being met, how?
The contract is still open.
The contract of what?
Love? So you're still paying.
No, you got to break that down to me. You know I'm a little slow. I'm waiting on the yellow school bus, but I am a little slow when it comes to that.
It's more so, I wouldn't say slow. By you being the individual that you are, one of your uniqueness allows you to first try to wrap your mind around the idea before you pull it in. That's the type of person you are. So like I wouldn't call that slow. You're just trying to wrap your mind around the concept before you can fully commit to it.
Oh, that's me.
You see what I'm saying?
That's totally me.
So I wouldn't say that you're slow. I would more so say that you're just trying to get a greater understanding or overall picture of the concept.
So break that down.
You
said cancel the contract.
You no longer consent to any terms of agreements. Ashe. Contract broke. You out there, especially if you. I no longer consent to any terms and agreements. I break all cords.
Okay, so what you do when you don't got no hair to do that?
get to. You know how people get to rubbing their knees or rubbing their hands together? You know what I'm saying? We familiar with what you do.
That means you're tapping into something. You
tap in. You make it physical. You know what I'm saying?
You make it physical.
Instantly.
Oh my goodness.
And I've had to cut many cords out off of that concept alone. Not any other concept. There's millions of contracts that we make verbally that we're no longer holding to.
Yeah.
And that puts us in debt, and we continue to energetically pay those contracts, whether we're consenting to, remember, or not.
Yeah. So guess what? Drop some comments. Let us know, like, what type of contracts have you canceled out? Drop some comments and let us know.
Are you canceling out some right now? You cleaning the shit out? Clear.
Because it's very clear that we do need to do that. We need to cancel out some contracts. And that being said, this is another episode of Allegedly Demetria.
Before we go.
What?
Before we go.
You ain't gonna tell them to like and subscribe?
Hold on.
I'm listening.
Because I'm not going to leave y'all on the cliffhanger, because then they're going to have to search for the part 2. Because remember, I opened up with the story. So I gotta finish the story for
Finish
him.
the story.
The biolocation, right? Okay, so I'm looking out the back and I see this car and the car is glowing. I got y'all, the ones who were following.
Look at that man, though.
You know what I'm saying? The ones who were listening.
Sharp.
You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be like, what happened?
Sharp. He went all
that
the
nigga
way
was
back,
capping. He didn't know what he was talking about. He just talking about some shit. Then he bunch of word salad. Nah. So the car was glowing like Pulp Fiction. When
Yeah.
dude open up the briefcase and it get the glowing and shit. What's in the briefcase? The nigga soul.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Some people say that it was a soul in that briefcase. That's why it was glowing gold.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? You never saw what was in the briefcase, but everybody was willing to die and kill for what was in that briefcase. Protect and all types of things. So I say that to say so you can get where I'm going. Somebody was in the car and it's glowing gold. And I instantly was like, no, they fucking with necromancy. Then I came back here. Biolocation. That's a real thing. What can you translate that to? You got people who are out here making soul contracts, trying to mess with people's soul. You know what I'm saying? Off in the graveyards doing things because they're necromancers. And there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody has their gifts, abilities, and skills, but some people are using them for the wrong way. Why I say that is because just like people pray to saints, they not here right now. So that's dead magic. Whether you're using it for the light or the dark,
no dead people.
not dead, but people who don't reside on this dimension or realm. So like say for instance, like you can go to a lot of people do. They go to like a corner, like a local corner store, or they go to a dollar store and they get their St. Peter candles. You know what I'm saying? A lot of Catholic people. You know what I'm saying? Catholicism. You know what I'm saying? It's more so in Catholicism than it is in Pentecostal churches. They're more so in candle work.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Then
I agree.
So that's why it seems like the power moves more over there. That's why it seems like they're able to get buildings and the buildings are bussing. You know what I'm saying? Because they have more of the arts. There's only usually candles lit in a church of a Pentecostal. I've never seen one. So unless it was on an altar.
Me, I agree.
You know what I'm saying? But I also have an altar at my house, and people say that that's evil or wrong. It's a candle lit on there right now. But the connection is, or where the connection comes from, some people go to the dollar store, like I just said, and get a St. Peter candle. You know what I'm saying? And then they'll light it and say the prayer that's on the candle or do their due diligence, you know what I'm saying, to get whatever effects they're trying to get. Whether it's protection over their home, answering blessings, even thank yous. They're paying ashes, but that person is not on this dimension. So you're working with someone who's not physically here. So you're either doing it for the light or you're doing it for the dark, but you're doing it. And that's where that's where people are able to misconstrue and divide each other. It's for the lack of knowledge people perish. You know what I'm saying? The inability to make the connections between what's being divided purposely.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's like so some people are out here, you know what I'm saying, on the other end of the spectrum, using the same kinds of means, working with individuals who aren't on this realm in order to try to affect with other people's souls. You know what I'm saying? Affect with other people's energies, affect with other people's day-to-day realm, just because they feel as though they're glowing too hard. Or they don't want access to them no more, or whatever the case may be. But it's a lot of stuff that'll attach to or come up in people's reality or realm. And you'd be surprised on how that's connected to why that's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like there's someone that's a hater in the background who doing a little bit more than just watching your pictures on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? And even just with that alone, watching someone's photo, their energy with hate in your intent, you know what I'm saying? That's sending what is called evil eye. Jealousy is just another word for evil eye. And if the individual has will or is a strong-willed individual or really their intentions is real strong or they just don't like you, that'll affect you. That'll
make sure
you like and subscribe.
Make sure you know who you are and make sure you know where your soul is going and make sure you don't tap into the wrong stuff. Peace.
Smoke one of that. Mhm.